give us so much information before the shows. I feel like they give us more info than any of the other promotions do. So I've got loads of stuff here that we've got tonight. So tonight on TBS, of course, we've got the return of Jon Moxley. So Moxley's coming back. I don't know if he's doing a promo. I think it'd be really cool if he did. Maybe just to thank the fans for all their kind support and all that stuff. You know, it might be a nice little feel-good moment that I'm sure will be ruined by someone. So we've got Moxley back. We've got, obviously, the mixed tag match that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Britt Baker, DMD, and Adam Cole. Bay are going to be joining forces, taking on Orange Cassidy and Kris Statlander. Boop. So we've got that as a mixed tag match. We've also got Cody Rhodes coming back. I think it'd be really great if Cody Rhodes thanked the fans for everyone that's supported him. And it'll be a real feel-good moment that will probably be ruined by someone. But yes, I'd kind of like it if Cody Rhodes was to continue down this I'm a face, but secretly I'm actually a heel road, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. So yes, looking forward to seeing Cody. Only because I want to see the crowd boo him out the building, that's why. We got CM Punk taking on Shawn Spears. We've got Serena Deeb taking on Skye Blue. I hope she murders her. That's what I hope. I hope she absolutely murders her. I hope that she takes Skye Blue, launches her into the sky, and absolutely obliterates her. I want Serena Deeb. I want Stone Cold Serena Deeb. That's what I want. Stone Cold Serena Deeb. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. What? I want her to come down, go up to Skye Blue. What? Give her a stunner. What? I'm telling you, I am loving Serena Deeb. I was loving Serena Deeb anyway, but now with this edge that she's got, loving her even more. What? Then we've got Sting and Darby Allin taking on the Acclaimed. Could be fun. And then we've got House of Black. They're going to be, we're seeing them in action. They're taking on the Varsity Blondes. Are we going to see something there where Julia Hart finally shows that she's been, I don't know, possessed or whatever? I don't want her to be possessed. I think what I want is I want her to be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not impressed, seduced. That's it. I don't want her to be possessed. I want her to be seduced. I want her to have seen Alistair. I want it to be a case that, Malachi, sorry. I want it to be a case that she never really paid him much attention before. But now, since he spat in her face, and because that will do it. I mean, fun fact, guys, if there is a girl at school, college, in the shops that you really like the look of, spit in her face, and then she will notice you. I can promise you that. I can absolutely promise you that. She will notice you. And so I kind of like the idea that Malachi did that. Now Julia Hart obviously hates him, but secretly she's like, wow, he's so cool. That group is so cool. They're so powerful, dark, intriguing, mysterious. The girls always like the bad boys. It's why I have a date every night of the week. So, yes, I kind of like the idea of Julia Hart leaning that way and being seduced by the House of Black and joining up with them. So I would like a little tease there, personally, or maybe not even a tease. Maybe I'd like it to be a case that she actually just ups and leaves them. Ups and leaves the Varsity Blondes and joins the House of Black. I actually think Julia Hart in the House of Black would be very interesting because she's kind of like a goody two-shoes, butter wouldn't melt in her mouth kind of a thing. And then, if you put her in the House of Black and she starts, wearing, darker clothes, I think that would be kind of really interesting. So, James said, that's defo one way to get kicked in the balls. Britt Baker, is what you get if Britt Baker and Bron Breakker had a baby. That's what you would get, Britt Baker. But they're not on the show. Britt Baker is on the show. Britt Baker being with Adam Cole has made Adam Cole feel like a bigger star. This pairing was a good move. It makes sense because they are dating. Smitster, shout out to you. Why was the maths book sad? Because it had so many problems. Nice. James Terrell said Francis Ngannou and Brandon Moreno both got haircuts on Embedded. Put all of your money on their opponents. Anna said the chat legal team would like to point out Daisy's comments are his own. We do not share his ideals. What have I said about Julia Hart? I think it's alright if Julia Hart turns heel. I also think it's alright if you go and split up people in the shops. I ain't got an issue with any of that. I stand by all of that. I think it's absolutely fine. I can't tell you what will happen straight after. But, yeah, I'm just saying, if you want to get noticed, that's definitely one way of doing it. Hayden, hello. I hope you are well. Shout out to you. Ethan, hello. People just saying hello now. Hello. How long till Dynamite kicks off? Oh, we've got a bit of time. We've got around about 50 minutes. We always like to have a cheeky little hour before. There's normally quite a bit of news and quite a bit of stuff to go through. Relatively quiet today. I mean, other than the fact WWE called named one of their wrestlers after a Nazi U-boat commander. I mean, outside of that, it's been very quiet. Very, very quiet. So, I mean, the only thing I would say is it's looking more likely now that they're just going with Gunther and not Gunther Stark. So, although I must admit, I should imagine Zoe Stark all of a sudden is like, ooh, I don't like my name anymore. Ooh, do you know what I mean? So, Zoe Stark, tell us about your grandparents. So, I bet all of a sudden she's like, just call me Zoe now. Can I just be Zoe? So, apparently Gunther is Gunther, and that is it. There's no Gunther Stark. So, for me, I think that's okay. I understand why they change it. They change it because they want to own it, and they don't own Volta's name. And as we said yesterday, you know, they changed Killer Cross to Karrion Cross. They changed Kevin Steen to Kevin Owens. Like, you can go down a whole list of names that have been changed. You know, it's another one of those. I suppose in a way I'm surprised they didn't do it before. But then I think that shows how little Vince cares about NXT and NXT UK. NXT UK in particular. Like, I actually don't even know if Vince is aware that there's even an NXT UK. I don't know that Vince even knows. I mean, like, someone might bring it up in a meeting. God damn. What? You've got a promotion based in the UK? Have we? God damn. Why did no one tell me? Like, if he'd have known, like, maybe he would have changed Volta's name before. I don't know. So, yeah, I could totally believe he hasn't got a flipping clue. He certainly doesn't watch it. There ain't no way he watches it. I don't think there's no way he's never been to it. He's never watched it, right? I think I don't even think he's been watching NXT by the fact that he's finally seen it and now ripped it apart. So, yeah, I mean, that's how little I think he interacts with that level. So, I suppose in one way I'm surprised that he hasn't changed Volta's name before. But I think that's more of an indication of how little he cares about what's going on down that part of the business. Days, I have news. Skye Too Hottie was told Vince wanted WWE PC coaches to look young. That's why many coaches were fired, so that they can get younger coaches. But, okay. Did they say that he wanted younger coaches? I mean, mate, if he went there and he looked around and it was a load of old-timers, I could understand him going, you know, I want younger coaches here. I want some coaches that are going to be a bit more vibrant, a bit more active, that are actually going to lead these classes rather than just standing on the outside of the ring. Like, I want someone that's been in there more recently than 1995. Like, I could understand that. Like, I think Drew Gulak's been doing a bit of stuff down there, and they did have Serena Deeb, but Serena Deeb was one of their coaches. So, I I could understand that if he's looked around. It's just a load of old timers. So Volta was on Raw before. Surely he saw him then. Well, I don't know, to be honest, because he was on Raw when they were in the UK. So I don't know. I mean, they've just gone. I'm not saying he's never seen Volta before, right? I'm just saying that that's how little he was on his radar. I'm not saying he's never seen him or isn't aware of him at all, but I just think that there's clearly been no plans to use him on Raw or SmackDown. Whenever they have used him, it's been a one-off thing, maybe when they've done a UK tour. There was a little bit invasion thing during Survivor Series, but that was really NXT being used in Survivor Series. I can't remember Volta being in a Royal Rumble, to be honest. I can't remember Volta being in a Royal Rumble. But even so, that would include 30 people, including legends that are coming back, you know. At no point, I think, has the spotlight really been on Volta, or has the attention really been on Volta. I suppose, in a way, you have to say it's a positive that it is now, because that suggests they're going to do something. It sort of suggests they've got a plan and they want to move forward with him, and finally someone of some kind of importance has looked at Volta and said, okay, yeah, this is what I want us to do. And so that's what they've done. I don't think Shawn Michaels is going to change Volta's name. I don't think Triple H is going to change Volta's name. The only person that I think would be changing Volta's name would be Vince. Or someone very close to Vince, like maybe Bruce Pritchard, that then has checked in with Vince. Or maybe Nick Khan, but I don't think Nick Khan's going to be that hands-on, to be honest. So I think it would be Vince. So it's got to be a good sign for the future for him. I mean, not great they chose a Nazi name, of course. I mean, not... You know, we can definitely put that down as a mistake or a misstep, but at least they've seemingly not gone all the way with it. Vince supposedly said he wanted his coaches to look younger, i.e. dye their hair and be more fresh-faced. I haven't seen the quote, to be honest, so I really don't know, but my point remains that I could understand if he wanted younger coaches. If he's saying that he wants the older coaches to look younger, then I don't really understand that. Smitster said, what's the secret of a loud chop? Power, hand size, hand shape, or some kind of chemical agent applied to the palm? There's no secret, to be honest. I mean, we've seen what it does to the body afterwards. I mean, it's power. It's power. I don't think hand size is necessarily a massive factor, but I would imagine if you've got small hands, you're not going to generate as much impact as if you've got larger hands. So, yeah, I'd imagine, like, how, I don't know about, like, I suppose, is power the right word? I suppose it's just, like, the amount of force that you can actually throw your hand down and make that connection and keep your palm quite flat. So, you know, it really depends. If you can keep your palm quite flat, make a big hand, and really lay it in and make a really good connection, then, yeah, I just imagine that's... I mean, we know it's not fake. We know there's not, like, a special... It's not like they do that. It makes a loud noise, and then, like, later in the match, they look fine. Normally, if there's been, like, lots of chops, like, you start to see the chest going red. You start to see a few, like, marks on the body as well. Like, it can, yeah, I mean, the reddening of the chest, all of that is real, so... There's no, like, there's no magic secret or anything like that. It flipping hurts. Aseeb said, what do you think Bryan Danielson will do when he goes now? When will he go to New Japan? I think he wants to go to New Japan. I don't know what the situation is there because I don't know what their working relationship with New Japan is. But I suppose I'm quite surprised that he didn't do anything at Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, Wrestle Kingdom you would have thought would have been absolutely locked. For him to go over to Japan and do something at Wrestle Kingdom, I mean, I'd imagine, like, New Japan would have loved him. Absolutely took him in a flash. I don't know why. They had 2 days, 3 days if you include the non-Tokyo Dome show, when they did New Japan against Noah. I mean, it's not like they didn't have time. It's not like they couldn't have just dropped him in. I don't know. I mean, I suppose the only downside was that he was in the middle, really, of his Hangman feud. So he was kind of a bit tied up with stuff this time around. So I'd have to think there's probably a good chance he'll be at Wrestle Kingdom next year. I think he'd want to be in the Tokyo Dome. If you're going to go to New Japan, you want to be on Wrestle Kingdom, don't you? It's kind of like going to WWE and not doing WrestleMania. So, yeah, you want to be at Wrestle Kingdom. So maybe next year he'll look quite good. Travel in and out of Japan is still pretty rough. That's a good point. That's a good point. COVID, of course. Well, COVID aside, because obviously we don't know how that's going to go next year, I would imagine. Was looking pretty good. And maybe if COVID wasn't around, he would have been there this year. Because I agree. I know that he wants to face Zack Sabre Jr. I know that he wants to have that match. That's someone that he's actually mentioned. I'd imagine him against Ospreay as well. And then, of course, him against Okada. I mean, there's so many matches. And, yeah, that's definitely something that he wants to do. I'm fairly confident, feeling really like 80%, 85% we will see him in New Japan. Or at least facing New Japan talent. Chronic Effect says Helvetica and Times New Roman walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve your type." I love the fact that these Kojiko jokes are spreading now, you know? So that's a thing that's got into our community. So nice, appreciate it. Jim said, "I believe the border was closed. Kevin Kelly had to do commentary from home." Yeah, no, it's a good point. I didn't take that into account, to be honest. I didn't really watch New Japan this year, so... I didn't watch New Japan this year, but I know that it had, like, reduced capacity and all of that, so... But, yeah, thinking about it, it makes perfect sense. But... yeah, I don't quite know how COVID is in different countries and whatever. But see here, it feels like it's settling down. I think I read that, you know, more restrictions being lifted here. So I can only hope that that's an indication that it's going to go that way for the world as well. Because things are actually doing all right at the moment. Okada is coming stateside is the more likely. They're going to do a show in March in Seattle, and Okada will be there. Bryan will most likely be there. Daniel said, Scotty 2 Hottie was asked by Jericho, how was 2.0 for you when it happened? He said Vince told the coaches to dye their hair and beard to look younger. Weird. Hasib said, Days, who do you want to see Bryan feud with in AEW? Who do I want to see Bryan feud with? I don't know, to be honest. I mean, like, him and Hangman has been good. Him and Omega was good. Suppose him and Sammy would be something to see. I suppose, like, lazily, you could say him and Darby as well. But I think him and Sammy would be quite interesting. Although him and Darby, I mean, very different, because Sammy's going to be a little bit quicker and a little bit more acrobatic. And then Darby, I like Darby's pace, you know. I mean, he can fly through the ropes and he can move at speed. But, you know, he's not as acrobatic. But he's a bit more risk-taking. So very different matches there, but it would make sense to say those two, because they're kind of regarded as two of the pillars, aren't they? So I'll go with them. Apparently Vince never had faith in Balor. To him, Balor is a high spot guy that doesn't sell in a way that means box office. He sells, then he does a spot, and Vince just thinks he is filler on the roster. I guess that's why Ciampa had to dye his beards. He did, didn't he? Yeah, I think he does look better though with a dyed beard. So I mean, I don't mind the grey. I think it kind of makes him look clearly. So I think it makes him look like a bit more experienced in the ring. Like he's been around. He's seen a few things. He's sinned some things, man. You wouldn't believe what he's sinned. You wouldn't believe it, man. You weren't there, man. You weren't there, man. So I certainly don't mind the Grey, but I think if he's going to be brought up to the main roster as a fresh new star, then I suppose dyeing his beards is fine for now. I ain't got a problem with it, because it's kind of like a fresh coat of paint, bringing him up, and then maybe the Grey comes in a few years' time, and it's kind of a bit of character development. I don't mind that. Kevin said, I'm wearing my Jon Moxley shirt because he is returning. Daniel said, the GOAT, Serena Deeb, in a wrestling hometown tonight. Amazing. Love Serena Deeb. Ethan said, who do you think will face Moxley in his first match back? I don't know. Do you think they'll make fun of him? I mean, it's a very WWE thing to do, and I don't know that AEW would go that way. But obviously, it would be with his approval. They would obviously say, look, do you mind if we use it? Because, come on, if he was feuding with MJF, are you honestly telling me MJF wouldn't mention it? When Moxley and MJF next have a match, are you honestly saying that MJF isn't going to mention alcohol? I think he will. I mean, he will, but I think it'll be a case that backstage he'll go, can I? And he'll ask the permission first. Because if he did it without asking the permission first, that's moody. I don't think he would do that. So I think, I don't know, maybe they won't have someone mention it straight off the bat. Maybe they'll, save it for a bit further down the road when he's, made a bit of a recovery, a bit more of a recovery and whatever. Or maybe they just won't do it at all because it's just in bad taste and it doesn't really go down well in WWE. I see plenty of people kind of, with the Jeff Hardy situation saying they shouldn't have done that. So, I don't know, maybe they won't. But who should be his first match back now that he's coming back? I think he just needs to be eased back in, to be honest. And I think it probably makes sense for him to not be on his own. So it might make sense for him to be with Kingston and be in a bit of a tag team and do some tag team work. So I'd probably be tempted to put him and Kingston back together and have them do just a little bit of a tag run first. And then, I know there's always going to be people backstage and whatever, but I think it's a bit different if you've got a tag partner or someone that you tag him with that's just kind of around. Yeah, I'd have a look at that. I think they need to do a back-to-work interview with Moxley. A back-to-work interview. See where he's at, see what he needs, see what he wants, see what he thinks going to help. Just do whatever you can to help. And that would extend to his first opponent as well and his first feud. Because he might just not want something that strenuous. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I'd expect him back going straight into death matches and whatever. You might want to just ease him back a little bit. Put him in a tag team. Put him in a tag team or put him in a little faction or something along those lines. But again, you don't know any of that unless you're sat in the room talking to him. Without having that conversation with him, I don't know. But if I was Tony Khan, I'd do a back-to-work interview with him. And out of that, I'd be like, look, what are you thinking? Because my thoughts are, we put you in a faction. We put you with a tag partner. We build you up. We give you a little run with the tag belts maybe or something along those lines. Or do you want something... Do you want to just be used a bit more fleetingly? Do you want to do some stuff on Dark? Do you want to do some stuff on Elevation and the occasional Dynamite appearance? Do you want to, what's you thinking? What's you thinking? Do you want to go into a death match? Where's your head at? So without knowing quite where his head's at, it's very difficult to say. Days, why did WWE let Serena Deeb go? I think they probably let Serena Deeb go because I don't think WWE are really that bothered by how good in ring you are. I think what WWE is into. I mean, look, WWE is an entertainment show, right? It doesn't claim to be anything different. It's not. So holding it up to this standard of it being wrestling and all this kind of stuff. Yes, they do wrestling, and yes, they put on some great matches, but by and large, week in, week out, it's an entertainment show. right? The matches can be quite short. They can be used to further along storylines. You hear all the time that wins and losses don't matter. And I understand that mentality with WWE now, because it's not presented as a proper sport. Because if it was, you just rip it apart, and people do rip it apart. But it's not trying to be that. It's trying to be an entertainment show. Hence the graduation that Alpha Academy did. And Riddle coming out and, as we said, Maurice hitting Beth Phoenix with a brick, round the back of the head, and Usos and Hurt Business interfering in the main event. And, you've got lots of little moments all throughout the show that are like little sports entertainment moments. So they're not trying to be a wrestling show that gives you killer matches week in, week out. If they were trying to do that, you keep Serena Deeb. You keep Serena Deeb, and there would be other wrestlers that you would keep as well. But they're not interested in that. The look is so important. I mean, look, be it Sasha Banks, blue hair, Charlotte, blonde hair, Shotzi, green hair, Becky, ginger hair. It's that Bailey, black hair. They really look at the presentation. They look at people's gimmick. Karrion Kross came up. They had to try and give him some. Was it stupid? Yeah, because he looked amazing anyway. But they had to try and do some. Keith Lee, they tried to make him Bearcat. Right? They had to do something. Even Roman is the head of the table, the tribal chief, a member of the bloodline, in with the Usos, partnered with Paul Heyman. There's layers and layers of things that they've given Roman. And his flipping looks amazing. He's absolutely jacked and looks incredible. So someone like Serena Deeb, I think they probably looked at her and they were like, well, a little bit older. So, but a great wrestler. So she kind of went through the machine and it spat out trainer. That's what it did. They looked at her, came out. Trainer. You're going to the performance center and you're going to train the next level of wrestlers. That's what it spat out, because they looked at her and they were like, what's going to draw us more money, if we put Serena Deeb on a poster, or if we put on a poster Liv Morgan? What's going to make us more money? Liv Morgan that can't wrestle as well as Serena Deeb, fact, or Serena Deeb that can wrestle but doesn't have the looks of a Liv Morgan, right? So that's why. So this is why I'm grateful that there is an AEW, because I'm grateful of the fact that Serena Deeb, who's quality, and I love watching her matches, has got somewhere to go so that I can watch her matches. But that's kind of how WWE think. But they're not trying to pretend they're anything else. They call themselves sports entertainment. They call their wrestlers WWE superstars. Do you know what I mean? And if you watch Raw week in, week out, and SmackDown week in, week out, yeah, you're going to see the occasional good match. But you're going to see a lot of talking, a lot of promos, a lot of storytelling, and a lot of just bad matches as well. Just a lot of, let's chuck some people out there to fill a bit of time. That's what you're going to see a lot of week in, week out. And they're not trying to be if they were trying to be the wrestling show, they'd have kept Serena Deeb. Daniel said Kingston is out injured for a month with a fractured orbital bone. Ooh. That's bad timing, isn't it? Because he only just announced himself for the Royal Rumble. And normally he provides that moment where he just avoids being eliminated. If it ain't going to be Kingston, then it's normally Naomi. And if it's not going to be Naomi, they sometimes put Casey Catanzaro in. So I suppose we'll still get that from someone. Lauren said, good result by Man United. Not the most convincing first half. Who was your man of the match? Do you think United will go the whole season? No set-piece goals. No, I think they'll score a set-piece goal. I think they've got, free kick-wise, Ronaldo can do something, Fernandez can do something, Shaw can do something, Tellez can do something. I don't know if they'll go the whole season without a corner goal, but, even Harry Maguire's quite good from a corner, banging it in. So he's kind of good. I think man of the match has got to be Bruno for me. I think Bruno got 2 assists. When he got the ball, he kind of drove forwards and played the ball through. I think that he was the person that unlocked Brentford, and his quality really shone through. So to me, I think I would go with Bruno being the man of the match for unlocking Brentford and doing what he does best and providing. I think he got 2 assists today, and this is on top of him scoring a couple of goals the other day. So Bruno for me would be in the run-in. I think McTominay looked like a really good engine room as well. I don't think you can take away from what David De Gea did in that first half in particular. I mean, we were 0-0 at half-time, and it was largely thanks to David De Gea. You know, how many times do we keep praising David De Gea? And it's so easy to forget what he actually provides. So, I think he absolutely was so lucky to have him. And it's so great that he's managed to get back to some kind of form, to be honest. So I'm really pleased for him. I'm really pleased that, he's back. He's back, baby. Patrick O'Neill. Mate, isn't it past your bedtime? Patrick, have you got your Minecraft pajamas on? It's, got to tell you, quite late. It's about midnight here, mate, in the UK. So I'm surprised you're still awake. But shout out to Patrick. Eddie Kingston has a fractured orbital bone. Will be back in a few weeks. Legacy writer, shout out to you. Johnny said Kingston isn't injured because the Maverick Center have announced he's coming to my town to team up with Big E. Daniel said Eddie Kingston is who I was talking about. Oh, okay. Eddie Kingston. Are you a fan of the Mafia games? I don't know what that... Oh, what? The series of Mafia games? I don't play it. I don't get time to play video games. So I've never... I'm aware of them, but I've never played them. Airflow Games, hello. Harley said, Days, that being said, apparently a very possible reason for Balor not being cut at all is because they don't want Balor to go to AEW. That is according to Ringside News. Jeremy said, are you going to stream the Olympics? Nowhere near like what we did with the summer ones because we have the football channel now. So the Summer Olympics, we were doing like 12-hour days each day. These ones, I'm quite interested in doing the opening ceremony and getting just like a taste for it. And then just like having a look and seeing some maybe key finals. I'm not really interested in anything other than finals. But to be honest, trying to shoehorn it in right now, I just don't know how much we're going to get done. Because, the football like channel, we've got a whole football channel. I do football streams every day. So trying to shoehorn in a Winter Olympics, it's not happening. So if we didn't have the football channel, then we could really dedicate some time to it. And that's how we were able to do the summer ones. I don't get time to play video games either. Is Cody a heel? Cody is trying to not be a heel, I think. But the crowd are not having it. And I think the more he tries to not be a heel, the more he comes across as a heel. So it's a fun one. I'm hoping that he gets booed out the building again. So I am enjoying seeing Cody though play this role, be in this role. And as I said, it's one of the things I tune in for with AEW that I really enjoy. Is the Cody stuff where he's like really trying to like be a face, and the crowd are just not having it at all. He's stopped throwing his weight belt in the crowd, hasn't he, as well? I can't say that I've seen him do that for a while. Heather said, this is the 3rd week in a row that we get snow. I am so over winter. I hate winter. Don't say that to Sting. Winter is coming. Robert says, I brought a Nickelback CD. Wow. And you've admitted to that live on the internet. You can't take that back, Robert. That is insane. Shout out to you, Robert. Daniel said his promo tonight is going to be more interesting with the whole contract situation being involved. Wrestling Culture said Cody Rhodes is under MJF as the best heel right now, whilst not even being a heel. Yeah, man, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I've said before, like, I'd have it so that he, really makes out that he's listening to the people and then just always does the opposite. Bring out Brandy. I've heard, guys, I love the support that you continue to give me, and I really do appreciate it, and I know what you want. I see your feedback. I see all the messages. I go through my messages. I know what you want. You want this lady right here. My wife, Brandy Rhodes. Bring out Brandy. And like anything he can do like that, he's just going to wind people up that little bit more. And he's doing it all the while with a smile on his face. And it's like, yeah, it's good. It's the good stuff, man. I like it. I think they've stumbled across something very interesting here. Anna said, if you want to enjoy an hour-long weekly fun and chat show with Days and Tommy Toy Travels, join us on Tuesdays on the Wrestling Escape Pods. You're only saying that, Anna, because you know next week I'm playing your video, your smug video, your celebratory video, because you managed to beat me. I think what we might do is we might do another one of those games next week. I ain't playing Anna. I might play someone else. But, yeah, it's good. It's good. So, if you've got any thoughts about wrestling, and actually, that's a really good shout, Anna, because we do talk quite a bit about AEW on the Wrestling Escape Pod, because obviously I watch it, but Tom is a really big fan. So, AEW does come up. So, if you've got thoughts about AEW, get them into, like, 30-odd second video, or a little 30-second, minute-long audio clip, and then email it to me at wrestlingdays@gmail.com, and then I will play it as long as it's, like, no swearing, and as long as it's, like, playable. Do you know what I mean? Then, I don't care about opinions. That's absolutely fine, but, yeah, I'll play it. And it doesn't even have to be about wrestling. If you want to go talk about your favourite films, favourite TV shows, whatever. The only thing I would say is it's probably best to end it with a question as well, because if it's just a statement, then I don't really know like what I can do with that. But if it's like, oh, I'm really loving Cody at the moment, I think he might be my favourite heel. The way that I would book him is blah, 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 blah. I'd love to see him in a feud with blah, 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 blah. What do you guys think about that? Thanks a lot. Blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you're getting across all your points, and then just chuck in what do you think about that? Or something along those lines. And that, perfect. So, like, yeah, feel free to send them over. I want to encourage that. I really need to reach out to, like, the AEW community, the Raw community, the SmackDown community, and like, just get as many. It's great seeing so many new faces sending through video clips. So, a lot of you join us on a regular basis. If you want to start putting faces to names and start to know some of the community a bit better, I think the Wrestling Escape Pod's going to really do that. I'm really looking for it to do that. I'm really looking for it to be a vehicle for you to get your say and to get your points across, and of course for us to have fun. So that's why it doesn't have to be like super serious, just like, whatever. It doesn't have to be wrestling. Like, you can go off road a little bit or whatever, but yeah, cool. Anna said, I forgot I know on Thursday I have zero idea what day it is. Hayden said, if you're new in the chat, join Days for his hour-long watch-along, including SmackDown, AEW. God, you guys are doing such a good job of advertising all these streams and everything I do. Shout out to Anna, shout out to Hayden. Hayden saying you can join us for SmackDown, Raw, Dynamite, Rampage, NXT, UFC, and UFC pay-per-views. What don't we do, eh? Cody will come out tonight and say he is ready for the Rumble. Amazing. Maybe he could come out and announce himself for the Rumble and then go, nah, I'm only joking. Scotland is lifting COVID restrictions. I haven't seen exactly what's being lifted, to be honest, but yes, I have seen movement. It was the main story on the BBC website. So, yeah, there's definitely some movement in the right direction there. Who showed their face here? Who showed their face here? Oh, wow. I mean, this week we had Mini King. We had Edward Brown. We had Minute King. We had Robert. We had... we saw Patrick. Patrick in his pajamas and Nolene O'Neill. So Nolene and Patrick. I'm trying to think because we get like loads each week. We've had Dave in real life before. We've got Anna next week. So, yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. It's good. It's good. Dates, will you do a stream on Deadline Day? I'm sure we will. We did one on... I think, didn't we do one on this channel for Deadline Day just gone? So, yeah, I mean, it won't be like a 12-hour thing, but, you know, the final few hours of the window and talking about, like, the key moves, talking about those last-minute moves. I could see us doing something like that, yeah. Boy said, I will never show my face. That's fine. You could send in an audio thing. Days, question for you. As you are aware, I do boxing. I was thinking of doing a video of me shadow boxing, punching a bag for the web. Would you like me to do that? If you can tie it in with something, do you know what I mean? Like, if it's a video of you just doing some shadow boxing, I wouldn't know what to say. Like, that's good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I do with it. So, I don't know. If there's a way of tying it in with a question or something. So, do you know what I mean? You could do a bit of shadow boxing going, guys, that's you know, that's what I like to do in my spare time. What hobbies do you have in your spare time? Or something like that. Because then that allows the community to kind of get in their thoughts as well. But, like, if it's just a clip of shadowboxing, I'm sure people would like to see it because it's, you know, it's of interest, something different in the community and whatever. And I know you've done it for a long time. But I'm just genuinely thinking I'll play it and then I'll be like, I don't know what I would say after. I don't know what I would do. So that's why I'm always saying if you send a clip in, try and put in a question or something because it then easily, naturally allows us to, like, flow into whatever the next thing's going to be. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what I would say. Adrian said, I'm going to send in an audio submission. Do it, Adrian. Do it. Do you want Balor or AJ in AEW? I'd probably take Balor. If I had to take one, I'd probably take Balor because I think AJ's doing all right. Balor, I do feel a bit sorry for. And I think it'd be interesting to see what they did with the Demon in AEW. Be interested to see what they did with the Demon. Days, I got out the bath. Do you ever get time to take a bath with all the streams? No. I've not had a bath for about... Jeez. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. If it was over 10 years, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, obviously I shower on a regular basis, but, like, actually running a bath and soaking in a bath. We never had a shower when I was a kid. We only had baths. Isn't that fun? So we had no shower. So when I was growing up, we'd have a bath every few days. But, like, now, nope. Now, like, it's shower. That's all we... Wow. And amazingly, there is a bath upstairs. I don't think it's ever been used. Did you see that the UFC are coming to the UK? Your dong will be one step closer to you. You could get that merch deal signed. Amazing. Days, you see my face when me and Julia Hart went on our dates. Oh, yes, that's true. That was an amazing picture, that was, to boy. That was an amazing picture. That was a great picture. That was really, honestly, that was a really good picture. You see, that's the kind of stuff I love. That kind of stuff. Putting faces to names and just like, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Like, if we did a wrestling escape pod where you guys send in pictures of you with wrestlers. Like, send in pictures. I mean, like, you can do that. If you want to do that. I'll show them. I ain't got a problem with it. The door to the wrestling escape pods is wide open. It is wide open, right? So, if you want to do that and send them across, then I've got no problems showing all the various members of the community meeting people. But that's what the Wrestling Escape Pod allows us to do. It really gives us a lot of freedom for an hour, and we never get stuck with like things to say. But yeah, I mean, we can do whatever we want over there. Who would you predict to be the next AEW World Champion, TNT Champion, or either who would you personally want it to be? Serena Deeb will win the Owen Hart Cup, says Daniel. Who do I want to be who do I predict? Or who do I want it to be? It's really difficult because if I'm going to be completely honest, there's very few AEW superstars that really resonate with me. There's not a load of AEW stars that I'm crazy about. Like, I really love Serena Deeb. And I really love what Bryan Danielson has done since he's come in. Beyond that, I mean, I've got time for people. I've got time for Darby Allin. But, you know, if Darby Allin was wrestling tonight, I wouldn't be, like, giddy about it. I kind of, I think that him being with Sting has maybe run its course a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's run its course a little bit. I do like Darby, but I'm not, like, for me, Serena Deeb, Bryan Danielson, top tier. Then the next level below would be Darby Allin. And in that level might be a Britt Baker as well. Right? She'd probably be in that level with Darby Allin. Cody might be in that segment, not because I enjoy watching him wrestle, but I just love watching his segments now and seeing the crowd react to it. Those segments might float between the two levels, to be honest. What would be quite interesting, you know, that kind of S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, you know those, and you like put the wrestlers into a ranking. That would be quite interesting to just kind of go through the AEW roster. And it'd be very interesting for me as well to see how many of those wrestlers would I actually put in like an S tier or an A tier. How do they make me feel? Like, when they're on the show, do I get excited? When they're on the show and they're having a match, am I like really genuinely looking forward to it? Because someone like Orange Cassidy, for example, used to be quite high, but his gimmick has gone really stale for me and he's really fallen now. So, you know, before he would have been maybe an A tier. But now that I've seen quite a bit of the gimmick and I'm used to what he does and it hasn't really evolved, he's probably gone like down to like D tier or something now. So it's a very interesting question and one that I would struggle to give you a bit of an answer to be honest, because I love Hook. I think Hook would be A tier. So think about it, Hook would be up there, but Hook, I wouldn't rush him. I wouldn't rush Hook. I think Hook needs a little bit longer. Wardlow, I'm loving. Wardlow might be A tier. Maybe S tier. A tier, S tier. Hook might be S tier as well, thinking about it. I think, it'd be really interesting, that would. So my answer would be Wardlow. I'd like to see Wardlow. I feel like Wardlow's been around for a long time. He beats MJF. Maybe has a little run with the TNT. Ends up, I don't know, maybe even champion versus champion. Maybe Wardlow wins the TNT. We get champion versus champion. Wardlow just surrenders the title. So, but yeah, that's it's a really interesting question. Really interesting. James said, would you like to see a Darby Allin heel run? A Darby Allin heel run. That's interesting. Yeah, would I? I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I think, yeah, I'm not against it. I think it's hard to book Darby Allin because he's not the biggest guy. So, he kind of, and in ring he's not bad. He's not bad at all. Where he's got an advantage is a risk taker, and he throws it in, and he looks great. Like, his suicide dive, I think, might be the best in wrestling. I don't think I've seen anyone do one better. So, like, the way that he throws in his suicide dive is brilliant. And really, the way that he executes a lot of his stuff is just, he goes for it, he throws it in. I really do love that about him. But I think, I don't know, there's something that's just off with Darby. There's something that's not quite right. Like, I'm not clamoring for him to be a world champion. I'm not sitting here like, oh, God, I really hope Darby's the world champion soon. I don't feel that. I really don't feel that. I kind of feel like he feels maybe a bit like Finn Balor. I mean, I'd probably want Balor to be WWE champion more than I want Darby to be AEW champion. And it's not that it can't be fixed. I can't quite put my finger on why. And I don't know, is it because he's with Sting all the time and they do a lot and he feels more like he's in a tag team than he does feel that he's a solo star? Is it because, like, he's not in like much of an interesting feud? I mean, I don't even know what he's doing at the moment. But, like, maybe if he was in an interesting feud and he was doing stuff as a solo star, and maybe we got some promos. I mean, when was the last time he spoke? Like, I don't know when I've last heard from him. I'd like to see something backstage where he talks. And I'd like to hear him talk about a goal. I want to hear him talk about what he wants to achieve. So I think what I want from Darby is I want some clarity as to what he's trying to achieve, which I'm sure is the AEW title. So it'd be nice to hear that's his goal. And I'd like to hear about how he wants to go about it. I want to hear from him. Maybe I want to see him start to move away from Sting a little bit. I mean, I do feel that him and Sting has been a benefit, but it does feel like they're more a tag team than it does Darby being a solo star. It does feel like Sting has to mop up a little bit at times, and I want Darby to stand on his own 2 feet, really. I want it to feel like Darby is arrived, is here, is ready for I want him to feel ready for an AEW title run. So, do you know what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't turn him heel, but I would turn him into an anti-hero, badass, out for himself. He'll take out faces. He'll take out heels. He's literally out for himself. I want to hear him screaming backstage for a title opportunity. I want to hear him saying that he's tired of waiting in the wings and waiting in the rafters. Like, he's ready to move now. I want to see some urgency. I want to see some focus. I want to see some intensity. I mean, he gives you that intensity in the ring. Give me that intensity out the ring. Rather than just sitting and waiting in the rafters, looking like a member of the public. Like, demand that you get put in number one contender matches, that you get given opportunities, that you're tired of waiting, and you're tired of seeing others jump the queue. People coming in whilst you've been here from the beginning. Like, get angry, get upset, get annoyed. Start to, make some noise. Like, that's what I want from Darby. So, I don't know that I would turn him full heel, but I think I'd have him starting to lose patience. And I think I'd have him just taking out whoever now. Like, if he takes out Sammy, he doesn't care. If he takes out CM Punk, he doesn't care. If he wipes out a load of heels, he doesn't care. Like, he is literally now wanting to move, and he's tired of waiting. I'd like that. I kind of feel, it feels to me, and maybe they will do that eventually, but it does feel like he's on the back burner a little bit. Kind of feels like the focus is on Hangman Page, who needs to flip and start looking like a champion, right? He looks like a bum. He needs to start looking like a champion. So rather than coming out in a flipping t-shirt and frilly vest and whatever, he needs to come out looking like a champion. That belt is beautiful. Like, he should be coming out in. He can still rock his cowboy gimmick, but it needs to look like he's a champion and he's being paid like a champion. Like, he needs to start. I understand you've got to have the connection with the fans and you still got to be that down to earth guy. But it doesn't mean that your ring gear and it doesn't mean that you still can't look the part, you know? Kind of, to me, it just feels like a dude that plays video games is now champion of AEW. So I definitely feel like he needs to step up with that side of things. And again, go back to the watch along. Go back to the watch along last week, or was it last week or the week before? You'll see we said that exact thing when he walks out. Well, when he walked out, that's what we said. And I still stand by that. So, yeah, there's lots of little bits that I think need to be tweaked and changed. And I must admit, it's those little bits that kind of really do stop people from being people that I really go crazy for. Do you know what I mean? Like, with Darby, he just feels like a guy that's on the back burner. I can't really support that, or I can't get excited for that. Like, Hangman just kind of, I don't know, he just doesn't... It's too nonchalant, just doesn't really get my juices going. But he had some great matches with Bryan Danielson. He looked brilliant. He looked brilliant in those matches. So, yeah, I do rate him. It's not that I don't rate him, but he definitely needs to start looking like a champion. But, yeah, Bryan Danielson, man, I think he's showing the way. I think he's showing, exactly how this goes. And John Silver, man. I love Silver. He's cool. John Silver. I'd like to see him get something in the future. I'd like to see him get a TNT title run. He's cool. He makes me laugh. I like John Silver. So, yeah. Have you seen the Motor City Machine Gun matches? They're honestly one of the best tag teams. I think they're in Impact. I've not seen much of them. I feel like I've seen one of their matches when I watched an Impact show. So I can't comment. I can't comment. But if they're good, then they need to get to NXT or AEW. Probably AEW, because I think they value tag team wrestling a bit more. And by a bit more, I mean loads more. Days, what do you think about Eddie Kingston? What do you think about Gunter? Oh gosh, I'm about to cry. What do I think about Eddie Kingston? Eddie Kingston, I think, is a great talker. He's a bit of a brawler. I think that he is a decent promo, but there is times where he actually talks over the other person, or, like, if you look at his promos, they can come across as a bit awkward. I don't, his promos are great. I'm not bad-mouthing his promos, but there's definitely times where he talks and then the other person will go to talk and he'll talk over them, and sometimes it can just be a touch off. Sometimes, it can be that he'll get a bit stuck with maybe something to say, or, I find that his segments can drift and start to wobble and fall apart. Like, he can come out with some great lines. I think what I would do is keep his segments short. Just give him an idea of where he needs to get from, where he needs to get to. Tell him that he's got a short period of time. Make sure he gets a couple of nice zinger lines in there that people are going to remember. Sometimes less is more. And I find with Kingston, he can just talk and get a bit lost sometimes, talk over the other person a little bit. But he's a really good promo. So I think look at me trying to give Kingston flipping advice. I mean, he doesn't need advice from me. But if I was to say, look, I've seen quite a bit of your promos. I've seen what you've done. If I was to give any pointers, I would say keep it short, keep it sweet. You're really good at what you do. I think if it was just a bit more focused, then it would really hit a bit harder. And him coming down, no nonsense, kind of brawling style, I really like that. I don't know if I might change his ring gear, though. His ring gear might just be a bit off. If I think about a brawler, I don't quite know what he wears. I mean, he kind of looks at times a little bit like a lost street prophet. So I kind of feel like I would change his ring gear. I think I'd change his ring gear. Try and focus his promos a bit more. His wrestling is always going to be his wrestling. It'll always be that brawler style. And he's over with the crowd. I mean, he doesn't need any massive changes, because he's really over with the crowd. So, yeah, I'm a fan. I do like him. But for me, he'd probably be about, You know, if it's S, A, B, C, D, E, F, he's probably around C for me. It's probably about a C. Again, tweaks. There needs to be some tweaks. There needs to be a few things that have to just get tweaked. But he's had some really good moments, and with a few tweaks, he could be a really, really great star. But he kind of is already. People love him. And Gunter, I don't mind Gunter. I said Gunter's fine, as long as it's not Gunter Stark. But, yeah, is Volta better? Yeah, I mean, Volta probably gets the nod, probably gets the advantage. But if they are going to change his name because they feel like they have to, Gunter's all right. Gunter's all right. Moxley's back. Welcome back, Moxley. And he about turns. He's knocking people's signs to the ground. But I think he's doing it in an affectionate way. In the crowd. Really passionate crowd here, you know. So we're going to be hearing from Moxley. He's got short hair on top, bit of a beard. He looks good. He does look like he's lost a bit of weight. He looks good, though. He looks good. He looks... Welcome back, Mox. He looks great, said J14. Big heel energy. Let's see how this goes. Moxley chants. Let's see what gets said. So big cheers for Moxley. Welcome back. I mean, in all fairness, he's probably been to some pretty dark places. I mean, I don't know about you. I wasn't aware that he'd had struggles with alcohol before. I mean, I don't read his autobiography, so... Arsenal till I die? Okay. Crowd are very silent, listening to what he's saying. This feels a bit like Warriors promo. Remember Warriors promo? And he's talking and everyone's like paying attention and you're kind of like, what? I mean, everyone's listening. Everyone's being really respectful. The closest this reminds me is Warrior. Warrior after WrestleMania 30. I have more start my body science. He has the crowd in the palm of his hands. There isn't a peep out of anyone, says Daniel. Danielson has no current feud. He needs to come out and call Moxley out on all of his BS. What do you think of this ramp? Oh, I can't say I've noticed the ramp, to be honest. If you want to write me off, then okay. Pacing around the ring. So he thanks those that have supported him through thick and thin. He says, now more than ever, I am truly free. I think it's very interesting promo to kind of break apart. He says, there's no hell that anyone can put on me that I've not already been through. He comes across as quite unhinged. But then this version of Moxley has always been unhinged, and there was parts of Moxley that we saw in like Shield Ambrose. So he has always had this about him. It's just been allowed to play a bit more in AEW. I mean, I thought that was quite good. I thought it was quite good. I think there's a lot of stuff in there that you kind of find yourself going, like, well, you know, he's talking about the Dark Cloud and the demons and all that kind of stuff. And as I said, it's a bit like Warriors promo in a way when he was on Raw. But I think everyone was quiet. When he was talking, it definitely felt like a moment. He comes across as quite unhinged. I mean, I dare say there'll probably be people that watch that and go, he's not quite right. It looks like he needs a bit more help. But I think he's playing that up. I think, he's trying to come across as being, I just imagine he's probably got a lot of, adrenaline pumping through his, that's how he always comes across, really fired up. Seems like when he gets fired up, he gets extra fired up, and he's got adrenaline coursing through his veins. And I don't know, man. I mean, there was quite a bit of swearing in there as well, which I was surprised that they let that go. I mean, in fairness, I don't even know if they let it go or if he just went for it or whatever. So, yeah. I mean, that kind of promo, opening the show that way, having the crowd as silent as what they are, kind of easily continues to, make him feel like a big deal, a big star. And might sound cheesy, but I'm proud of him. He's been through hell and back, but still he stands. Corbett said they need to build a Moxley feud for Revolution at this point. They probably drag it out a bit, but Danielson would be ideal. Moxley is fantastic on the mic and in an AEW ring. This is Dean, not Mox. You missed the beginning. Moxley said the F word to a fan because he thought he was booing him. I heard it. I didn't know why he said the F word. I didn't know why he said it. So I didn't realise it was because he thought a fan was booing him, but I heard him say you can get that effing stuff out of here. But so I didn't quite pick up on what he was telling them they could get out of here. So if it was booze, then that makes sense. But I did hear him use the F word. Days, how have you been? I've not been here in a while. Not now fighting COVID. I'm sorry to hear that, Matthew. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better soon. It's certainly doing the rounds. I like the promo. Reminds me of the Attitude Era promos. A Stone Cold vibe does not give, says BBB Yipsy. Mox is a good surprise. TBS allows the freedom, same as TNT, says Jeremy. David said, I would imagine it was much worse than booze. The fans was talking about the kicking trash can. Moxley needs to be champion again, said J. Brock. He strikes me as AEW's Okada, a guy you can always put on the title if the current champ reign isn't working out. And I think it's to that point with Hangman. A fan heckled him and he told him to get the F out. Here's Wardlow and MJF. Fun fact, my brother met a wrestler called Baldy and his boyfriend, that was the one wrestler name, not two. What, Baldy and his boyfriend? MJF said, granted, if Wardlow had a bit more seasoning, he probably could have reversed it. MJF said, my gift to you is a sincere apology. I'm going to have to dock your pay. MJF is docking Wardlow's pay. So MJF said Shawn Spears is going to show the world and you, he points to Wardlow, how to get the job done. What point is that turn come in? I mean, the crowd are going to go crazy when it happens, aren't they? Crowd are going to absolutely flipping love it when he finally does turn. Cole and Baker against OC and Statlander. Heather said, oh, geez, I am so over MJF. Just turn. Yeah, man. But the more they're teasing it, the more that he's like, the more it's, it's going to be such a big moment when it happens. Just milking it, aren't they? Here's Adam Cole wearing his dad's jacket. Boom. Right, Adam Cole, baby, in the ring. Does anyone being involved in WWE coming up with you? Does anyone be involved with WWE coming up with you, AEW Superstar? I don't know what you mean, Rachel. What do you mean? The Doctor will see you now. Here is the AEW Women's Champion, DMD. Dr. Britt Baker making her way down. So the entrance ramp is kind of a flat ramp, goes straight to the ring. little bit. We've seen those before. And I don't mind them. I mean, it reminds me of like old school kind of WCW. Here's Orange Cassidy. Wouldn't have them two signs ringside, Anna. There are Tottenham getting battered everywhere. They go signs. How many signs have them Arsenal fans got? I thought it was you, actually. Is that not you? I thought that was you. I thought you'd popped over to get on TV. So we do have some Arsenal fans in the crowd. Arsenal till I die. I mean, they are a great team. You've got Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Lacazette, Ramsdale, White, Gabriel Tierney, Tomiyasu, the Conga, Partey, Pepe, Martinelli. It's just ballers, man. It's a whole team of ballers. A wonderful team. Wrestle with Andy, hello. Orange Cassidy's music has to be one of the greatest. Such a catchy song. Such a catchy song. I think that would do well if it like got like a proper release. Right, here we go. I want to know what DMD stands for. It sounds cool. Isn't it like Doctor of Medicine dummy? Something like that. They have Tottenham get battered everywhere they go signs as well as Arsenal signs with them that they held up. Huh? We've got Orange Cassidy in there with Britt Baker and he's doing the little kicks. Backs up. Britt Baker stamps on Orange Cassidy's foot. D. Turns around. There's Kris Statlander. Slams Britt Baker. I don't know why, but whenever I see those little spots like that, it feels like a house show. In comes Adam Cole. Kris Statlander. Clenched fist. Adam Cole telling Statlander to get back. Orange Cassidy up top. Crossbody. Adam Cole goes down. Against the ropes goes Cassidy. Round the houses into... Oh, I thought he was going into a DDT. Big boot by Adam Cole. Up on the shoulders. I wonder what the fan did in the crowd for Moxley to say F you to him. Booed, apparently. Well, that's what I heard, anyway. Cole skipped the spray tan tonight. Britt could have helped him with that. Kick to the midsection. Ooh, Statlander powering Britt Baker up. Looks uncomfortable, that does, doesn't it? It's not... It's a weird vertical suplex. That, I tell you what, Britt Baker is having to work really hard there. You've got to, I tell you, a lot of people will praise Statlander for that. But Britt Baker's core strength is incredible there. She's sort of a bit out of position and she's like really having to like hold her body in position. Hands in the pockets. What's Statlander? Why did Britt Baker just stand there? Why did Britt Baker stood there? She was looking at her. And then Statlander did a moonsault and landed on her. Her promo consists of her getting the crowd to do DMD. Who would you like to have a push in AEW? Not winning the title, just a push. Hook. I'm gonna kiss again. I'm sorry you had to see that, Tony. Right, picture in picture. That did look scripted. I wondered why she stood there. OC just falls onto Cole. Is Bo Dallas doing victory laps? He did do a little Bo Dallas victory lap, yeah. That was a bad ring post spot. Legend Killer, hello, dude. Shout out to you. Cole in the ring. We are at picture in picture. 20 minutes have gone already. Send hook. Hayden says picture in picture on TBS. Shola said we'd better see Hook tonight. Orange Cassidy hurled hard into the corner. And Cole showing off the guns. The gun show. Looking for a net breaker. Net breaker by Adam Cole. Did you see Korn versus Adam Cole? Korn legit looks like he could have Adam from breakfast. Korn? I don't know what that is. I know Cole loved his time in NXT, but he's living his best life in AEW right now, working with his wife. Minty, hello. Shout out to you. Lauren said, does anyone like Volta's new ring name? I don't, said Lauren. I don't mind it, but I don't think it's better. I don't think it's an improvement, but it's fine. It's at least he hasn't got that surname with it as well. Cole doesn't have guns. He has pop guns. Pop guns. Hi, Fight Chat. Someone said hi, Fight Chat. Hi, Fight Chat guy. Hi, Fight Chat sign guy. Hey, that's us. I'm just reading what they're saying. Hi to that guy with the sign. Jem said, hi, Fight Chat sign guy. We're on TV. Everyone say hi to Rai Rai. So, guys, that's Rai Rai. If you want to know that dude's name, his name's Rai Rai. Fight Chat is all elite. Hello, Fight Chat sign guy. Oh, that's fun. They're adding the senior name as well. That sucks. They're adding the senior name. What do you mean? Days, my sister has 2 questions. Have you ever stapled your fingers before? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever stapled my fingers, no. I'm trying to think. No. And what is the dumbest injury you've ever had? Oh, well, I've told that story before. I broke my ankle. Broke my ankle and I was off work for about 2-3 months because I was sat in the staff room. I used to work in retail. I was sat in the staff room and it was our sale. Big summer sale. And it was Caribbean themed. I don't know why, but it was Caribbean themed. I think they like to have a theme. And for some reason it was Caribbean. And my manager came in and he was like, right, I've got 2 hula skirts left. And if anyone wants them, you can wear them for the day. And I was like, oh my God, I'm totally doing that. So I went running down the corridor and the cleaner had just mopped. No wet floor sign. Slipped. You know when you slip on summer and you go skidding? That's what I did. So it wasn't just like a slip and I fell over. I slipped and I actually kept going. And I remember I slipped and I went smashing into the cash office door, which, I don't know, probably was around about 15 feet, something like that. So I slipped, slid along the floor, went crashing into the cash office door. Completely broke my ankle. didn't know I'd broken my ankle. And the cashier was apparently first aid trained. And she said, okay, it doesn't look broken. So I think what we need to do is we need to elevate it to kind of bring the bruising out. So she was picking my leg up. I was like, oh, God, it's so bad. It's really, oh, man. I really feel like I've done something bad here. She's like, nah, it doesn't look broken to me. So what we'll do is we'll try and get your leg up, elevate your leg. So she picked my leg up and she put it on the desk. And I was like, ah! She's like, yep, you've got to go through it. We've got to get that bruising out. She's like, let's put your leg back down again. So I put my leg back down. I was like, oh, God. She's like, let's do it again. And I was like, ah! I was like, I don't think this is helping. And in the end, they were like, look, let's just go and get it checked at the hospital, which was the much better idea. So I ended up getting into a taxi, going to hospital. And they scanned it, and they're like, yeah, you broke your ankle. I was like, Jesus. So, yeah, I mean, bless, she was trying to help. But, man, I was like, oh. She did it about 3 times. I was like, ah, screaming my head off. It's like, I don't think you're helping. Just like, no, we've got to do this. You've got to go through it. I was like, I haven't got to go through anything. I've got to go to hospital. She was evil. She was evil, man. She was lovely, actually. She was lovely. She was like a bit older, and she was really funny because she liked snacking. So you could walk into our cash office, splashed by Kris Statlander on Adam Cole. Adam Cole was protecting Britt Baker, and Kris Statlander landed on him. Orange Cassidy plants Adam Cole to kick out. Yeah, you could go into our cash office, open any drawer, any cupboards, and there would be snacks. I mean, there's even a trolley that took the tills off. You could open the little side door where all the counter cashiers went. There was chocolate bars and things in there. You'd go to put the drawers in, and there'd be, like, strawberry laces in bags, like, in there. Like, open the drawer to get the key for the safe, and there'd be, like, chocolate bars and cookies and everything. You'd be like, God, you've got a problem. You've got a problem. There's not a single part of this cash office that doesn't have a flipping snack in it. She was a lovely woman, though. She was lovely. Apart from when she tried to kill me. Did you go as Brian Pillman for Halloween with the cast on the ankle? No, I just had a great summer, actually. Just had a brilliant summer. Had the summer off, and because it was kind of it was their fault. It was the cleaner's fault for not putting the sign down. It was like full pay, 3 months off. It's lovely. Had a great time. London Askew said, how are you today? I've got COVID. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. I'm sorry to hear that. It's doing the rounds. You're certainly not alone, buddy. Half an hour. I was still underway with this match, you know. Destroyer on the outside. Britt Baker on Kris Statlander. 1, 2. Orange Cassidy kicks out a Panama Sunrise. Orange Cassidy kicks out of Panama Sunrise. AEW chant. Britt couldn't believe it. She was looking at Adam Cole. Adam Cole rolls out the ring. So they're trying to strip the ringside table. Here's Britt Baker. Moving the table over by the edge of the ring. What are these two thinking? So Statlander is Oh. It's not much of a bump. She fell off the edge of the ring, went through the table. Adam Cole's very upset now. That was a weird bump. This has been a weird match. It's had some nice moments. It's had some silly moments. Adam Cole going against the ropes, looking for the last shot, I think it used to be called. Knee to the back of the head. Goes for the cover. The referee's on the outside of the ring, checking on Britt. 2, 3, and Adam Cole gets the pin, gets the win. And there we go. Adam Cole finally goes out to check on Britt Baker. Statlander still down on the entranceway. There's a member of the crowd with, like, I think a towel or something, trying to waft it towards Britt Baker. Trying to help her out. Britt Baker and Adam Cole win. Sonny says, I'm probably going to have to go to hospital. My ear has gotten worse. God, it seems like the chat is falling apart. You lot are falling apart. OC shouldn't have kicked out of a Panama Sunrise. Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. My brother did the same thing. He was playing Santa for the school that he worked at, says Mark. What do you call a priest who becomes a lawyer? A father-in-law. Charles said it was an okay match. A bit too much comedy for me with top wrestlers. Right. Here's Jericho. Wow, Santana and Ortiz said you might not care about Kingston, but we do. We've been fighting your battles since day one. Maybe next week we'll focus more on us instead of this. Oh. Oh. Hello, darkness, smile, friend. It's all imploding. I don't feel you. Crotch grab. Yeah, why did he crotch it? Why did he grab his crotch at the end? Punk versus Spears is next with MJF on commentary. Right, we are going to commercial break. I don't know if it's just me, but Chris Jericho gives Tom Hanks vibes. Austin said Britt is better than Cole, clearly. CM Punk's theme song is so good. We are at commercial break. We're a quarter of the way through the show. We've obviously had the Moxley promo and the mixed tag match. And it's definitely been eventful. It's been plenty to keep us entertained. And coming up next, this should be good. You know, when I don't think Wardlow's going to turn until after Cole and Punk and MJF. I don't think so. That was great. I love Orange. And Chris Statlander said Grant. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Vince McMahon. What's your favorite wrestling theme ever? Maybe The Undertaker. Because it's, I mean, as an actual theme, it might not be the best, but it probably fits in better than anything else, you know? Although I've got a soft spot for Kamala's. I love Kamala's. I loved it, man. I just love the sound of it as well. Wrestling Andy said, Days, would you rather see CM Punk wrestle big names like Cody, Mox, Kenny, or do you like seeing him against lower card talent? Question mark. I want to see him taking on. I feel like I understand why they do it. You know, on Dynamite, put him against like lower card, gives them a bit of a spotlight, helps get him back up to speed. But you know, you couldn't have him wrestle big matches all the time. Save him and the big matches for the pay-per-views. Like, I'm kind of fine with how they do it. Yeah, I kind of like this idea that, you know, I mean, him against Wardlow, didn't know how that was going to go. I thought it was booked well apart from the very end. Him against Shawn Spears, I just expect him to win this quite comfortably, to be honest. Expect him to win this quite comfortably. And then, obviously, him against MJF, that'll be I don't know, Revolution? Something like that? I don't know. I don't quite know when we're building towards him and MJF. But, yeah, I prefer seeing him against big names because it feels a little bit more like they stand a chance of winning. When it's just him against lower card talent, you kind of feel that it'll be CM Punk that goes over. So maybe some of the intrigue is gone. But I don't mind it. I think the way they do it is all right. That was a DPW joke. Shawn Michaels' WrestleMania 25 entrance gives me goosebumps. Vince's No Chance theme is burned into your brain, said Shoggoth. How do you feel about AEW having a champion who is not signed to a contract? Well, I don't know that he isn't, or I don't know that he's not about to sign or whatever. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's more to that story. I don't believe he's not under contract. Or if he isn't, he's about to sign one and they know it. Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy, next week, anything goes, no DQ match. So he wants to end his career. People are asking, why is it not a mimosa match? Orange Cassidy is going to go hardcore. CM Punk, Shawn Spears coming up next. Lights out. Spears and Punk. Cole, Cassidy, no DQ, anything goes, lights out match. OC in a real match. Well, I'm sure there'll still be hands in pockets and little kicks and all of that OC-ness. Right, we're just seeing video package for this next one. This entrance just doesn't fit him. This is like a flipping entrance for Cody. Not someone that can't buy a flipping win. His record actually might not be too bad, but he certainly never strikes me as being a big star. He's closer to Brandon Cutler than he is to a main event star in my eyes. Vince fears AEW. Can I get a shout out, Michael? Shout out to you. Spears has an awesome entrance, says Ron. Jay said it doesn't fit him, but it is cool. Here comes CM Punk. Yeah, a little bit more subdued. Ten and 0. Andrew, shout out to you. It's cool entrance, but weird to have Spears having a dramatic entrance when he's not a big star. Shola said it's only cool if he wins, damn it. PG Punk. PG Punk. AEW should definitely mention the name Gunter to rib WWE. I don't think it would bother WWE. That's his name. That's the name they've gone with. So I don't think WWE would be bothered. They might be a bit more bothered if there was a line in there about, you know, maybe if Tony Khan or someone said, you know, you better start behaving, otherwise I might name you after a Nazi U-boat officer or something. Like, but it's probably best they don't go there at all, in all fairness. I'm a big believer on just focusing on your own lane. MJF has made his way out. I love GoldenEye, like what you said on yesterday's stream. Yeah, I actually found an emulator for PC. So on this computer that I stream on, I managed to download that last night as well. So I might actually play a bit of GoldenEye on this computer. I mean, not that I've got any time to play it. 1, 2, 3. Punk wins. Punk wins. GTS. And there we go. Lol. Lol. Can you see? Spears' entrance was longer. Well, that happened. MJF looks like he fell in a vat of self-tanner. Perhaps he had it all. Perhaps there was none left for Adam Cole because MJF took it all. Do you think Adam Cole got to the thing and he was like, it's all gone? CM Punk grabs MJF by the scarf. MJF gets out the ring. Scarpers away. CM Punk's got his scarf. Is this the third time they're playing this song? They've started that. I think they've started the song again. The third time we're hearing the song. Gee, this is the new Judas. Here's Billy Gunn. There's Christian. Now he's better than everyone. The Burberry gimmick is getting old, says Heather Billy Gurm. Make a statement and then we'll talk. When the lights are on brightest, you could never get that statement win. Make a statement and then we'll talk. So the Gun Club want to get a shot at the tag titles and they're beating up Christian. Poor Christian. The Gun Club doesn't do it for me, neither does Christian, says Liv and Selena Stan. Is this Cody? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah! Boo! Come on, don't let us down, you stupid venue. Boo! You know how to boo. Boo him! Boo him! Ah, first here's a sneak peek of Go Big Show. Boo! 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 Boo him! Don't applaud him! Ah, they're ruining this. AEW fans, you're ruining this. You're ruining this for me. So this is so easy. He comes out, he acts like a babyface. We all boo him. He gets frustrated. Like this is how it works. This is the agreement that I thought we all had. Instead, these douches are in the crowd going. Don't even look enthusiastic whilst they're doing it. Some people just want to ruin wrestling. That's all they want to do. They just want to ruin wrestling. Looks like he stepped out of a Chicago flipping mafia as well with his attire. Look at his shoes and everything. He needs a Tommy gun. Has he just stepped out of Bugsy Malone? What the hell's going on? He's got a ladder. He's got a ladder. That won't help you win a Rumble. Cody is the GOAT. What's he got a ladder for? Ladder match. Ladder match. Is there going to be a ladder? That's a big ladder, man. It's a big ladder. Don't cheer him. Stop cheering him. Oh, my God. I hate this crowd. There's only about 5 of them there as well. I hate them all. The face of the Revolution ladder match should have the Chaos Emerald instead of a brass ring. They're going to do a 2-belt ladder match like Shawn and Razor did. Must be, mustn't it? Cody against Sammy, both interim belts. Or the interim and that one. First person to get the belts is the undisputed TNT champion. There we go, done. Done. That's it. Let's see what workshopped promo he can come up with today. This promo will have been checked, double-checked, rewritten. What do you want to talk? The fact you're a douche. What are they chatting? Are they STFU chants? Is there STFU? Come on, crowd. Come on, crowd. Come on, crowd. STFU. Boo! Oh, look at this community. I love you guys. You're so special to me. Look at you. You get it. You get it. Boo! We don't care. 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 Ma 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 ma. Brandy this, baby that. I don't care. You're a douche. Boo boo boo. Yes. I'm reminded about the past and a ring like this and a stage like that and a crowd like you on a day like this. Shut up! Shut up. Buy a nicer suit as well. And a better tie. Get that tattoo removed. Get a different wife. Days Cody said, history of our sport, complete gimmick infringement. He's a heel. He knows how to upset this community. He's targeting you. Boo! Boo! You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. Sucks to be you, Cody. Boo! This is the game. This is the game. He says he was the one that built the forbidden door. And they cheer him. This is very preachy. Might as well call him the preacher. Yeah, fickle fans, man. Fickle. Fickle. Daniel Bryan was right. The crowd are chanting STFU. And then all of a sudden they're like, Cody, Cody, Cody. This crowd are fickle. Fickle. Boo! You suck. You suck even more now than you did 2 minutes ago. He should join forces with Luchasaurus and call himself Suckosaurus. That's what he should call himself. Because he sucks. Seriously, Cody's going to have a stroke. Charles said, I am not feeling this promo. I hate to lose. Oh, God, it's so pandering. This promo is confusing me. I don't care what he says. A Gunter shot, sure. It's on you. We don't have secondary bouts. The only reason it's secondary is because I'm the champion of it. Cody's poor attempt at a pipe bomb. Dace, who is this crowd? I ain't got a clue. I don't know. It kind of feels like some of them want to boo him, but then some of them are just like too polite. God, put me in that crowd. Put me in that crowd. Cody climbs up the ladder, holds up the TNT title. Kris, I'm good. That was a weird but interesting promo. That was the worst pipe bomb attempt ever. Mike said this crowd are Arsenal fans. So we should know that they'd be fickle. Fickle! All of them! Fickle! That crowd ruined that for me. There's Silver. Showing off the guns. Alex said, you should name your kid Cody. Yeah. And then boo at him. Just boo. Tell him he sucks. What does DMD mean? I think it's like Doctor of Medicine, Dentistry or something like that. That was the worst promo in the history of our sport, says Wrestle with Andy. I didn't understand what Cody was trying to say. It was just rubbish. It was a load of rubbish. The bit that people seem to enjoy is the Gunter McGillicuddy bit. I didn't even think it was that clever. Right. Lights out. I think this is going to be House of Black. Guys, it's going to be Wyndham. It's going to be Wyndham. This is where Wyndham arrives. Is that Wyndham? Is that Wyndham? The lights have gone out. There's smoke. There's two figures. It might be Fiend and Bray. Is it Wyndham? Is it Wyndham? Is it Wyndham? They're walking forwards. They've got, I can't tell. They've got masks on. They've got masks. One, no, the things come up. It's Malachi and Brody. Damn it. I thought one was going to be Wyndham, the other was going to be Bray, or one was going to be The Fiend and the other was going to be Wyndham. Lights have gone out again. Now it's Wyndham. Now it's Wyndham. Lights have gone out a second time. A second time. Oh, my God. It's going to be Wyndham. It's going to be Wyndham. No, they're just in the ring. They're just in the ring. Oh, I thought it was Wyndham. But they're just in the ring now. Lights have gone out again. They've gone out. It's going to be Wyndham. It's going to be Wyndham the third time. Third time lucky. First time was the entrance. Second time in the ring. No. They're just posing now. They're just posing. Nah, forget it. They're just posing. It seems like they're allergic to us seeing them walk. So they stand in the entranceway. Lights go out. Then they're in the ring. Lights go out. Then they're doing the pose. Lights go. They're playing musical statues. That's what they're doing. Lights go out. Comes back on the light. This lights go out. Come back on the light. Lights go out. Come back on the light. Lights go out. They don't want it. You can't see them move. That'll ruin the illusion. Here's Varsity. Oh, that was close though, wasn't it? That was close. Maybe next week. Varsity Blondes versus House of Black. We're fresh out of Wyndham's. Damn it. In all fairness, this crowd doesn't deserve them. This crowd does not deserve them. Doesn't deserve the Wyndhams and the Fiends and the Brays and all of them. Julia's going to turn on the Varsity. What's she wearing? She's got a little red top on. She looks like a sexy pirate. Sexy pirate. Sexy pirate. There's a sign that says Julia is next. I don't know what that means. Do you think Julia Hart will be a good addition to the House of Black? Yeah, well, I think she'll be, yeah. I mean, good. I don't know how you can judge. It'll be an interesting character development for her. Through the ropes. Brody King drives Pillman into the edge of the ring. Via is still coming. Wyndham will show up when Via finally does, but who's going to come first? High kick, big strike, low kick. Good teamwork. House Black looking quite good here. Big clothesline. Looking for a suplex. 1, 2, 3. House of Black win. What now? What now? Brody King, Aleister Black. Well, Malachi Black. Keep saying Aleister Black. Malachi Black. He's got a microphone. He's going to introduce Wyndham. Please rise. Please rise. Pack. I remember I was at the UK Championship final. To crown the first NXT UK. No, was it the first NXT UK champ? It was, yeah. Tyler Bate won it, and the match that night that is on just before the final was Neville versus Tommy End. It's kind of fun to think here we are, like, 5 years later. And we're about to get it, but in a completely different company. Malachi Black. I forgot about Pac, you know. I forgot he existed. Right. Pac should be the world champion. Right, should we get in? Do you want to do halftime scores? Because we ain't done it, have we? And it's already 6 minutes past. Do the halftime scores. Get in your halftime scores. Jake the Snake, yeah, with Lance Archer. And there's Hangman. This man right here does not wait in line anymore. Six, said Jessen. 7.25. 7, 8, 6.5. 7, 7, 7.5. 6 at best so far, says Charles. Justin said 6.5. Jay says 7, 7.5. Ben said, I'm loving the show, so 7. The Kings of the Black Throne, what a badass name. 7.25, 8, 6, 6, 8, 6, 7, 6.5, 7.9, 6, 7.25. The Acclaimed are going to come out with a famous rap. Yo, 7, 6, something is off. Yeah, the crowd not doing what they're meant to do. Losers. 5.19. What the bleep have we been watching out of 10? 6, 7.25. 4, B minus. 6, 6.5. I'm saying 6 a lot. 6.75. 6.5. 7.25. 9.7. 6.5 for Austin. 8. I'm going to go 8. It's the best AEW show in a while, said Jay Brock. Ledger Killer with 6.5. Doppelganger said 7.5, but most weeks it's a 7.5. 8, Craig with a 7. 6.3 says Rye. 7.25. What's your score? Probably in the 6. Probably about 6. 6.25, something like that. I kind of feel like the first match, I mean, it had some nice moments, but it had some really silly moments as well, so I'm a bit torn on it. And that took up quite a bit of time. Moxley promo was intriguing. Like, you wanted to hear what he had to say. I don't know that he really said much, but it was intriguing. And everyone was listening, and it felt like a moment. So, not a very intriguing start to the show. Into a match that I'm a little bit 50-50 on. The Cody segment, I'm so disappointed in the crowd. I wanted the crowd to absolutely boo him out the building. That's what I wanted. I wanted the crowd to go crazy. I don't mind CM Punk squashing Shawn Spears. I don't mind that. But all in all, I think like it's been entertaining. It's not a disaster. I don't think it's like a 2 or a 3 or anything like this. It's been entertaining, but it's just, I don't know, more than usual. There's a lot of stuff that I would be like, oh, I'd tweak that. Oh, I'd change that. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Just found myself saying that quite a bit tonight. So, but it's moved at a nice pace. I've been entertained. And I feel like I'm probably where a lot of you are. I feel like I said 6 a lot there. Probably along with you guys. 6.25, around that ballpark. We'll see where we end up. Matty, shout out to you, my friend. Says hi to everyone in the chat. Matty Yole. Shout out to you. Appreciate the support, buddy. Hope you are enjoying AEW. Eric Defcom said, there's too many ex-WWE stars in AEW. It's like watching NXT Light. No Bear Country, no Private Party, no Hybrid 2.0. There's so much talent that need a Rampage spotlight. It's a really interesting point. That's a really interesting point. I mean, we did see Kris Statlander, Orange Cassidy, but I mean, you are right, Britt Baker, but I mean, Adam Cole was in the first match, then CM Punk, Shawn Spears, ex-WWE as well. So, Malachi. I suppose you did get Varsity and Brody King, but it's an interesting point. I definitely see where you're coming from. Turn it off, bro. What is this? Is that Kazarian? Frankie Kazarian? Second highest win total in AEW, just behind Jungle Boy? Wow, I didn't know that. That's good. I like those stats. I really like those stats. Second highest win total, just behind Jungle Boy, Frankie Kazarian. Well, I never. Is this Lance? It's Lance. Right. 41-9 is 18-2 in his last 20 matches. He's coming out with Jake and Dan Lambert. So Dan Lambert at ringside. Forearm strike. And the bout is underway. This will be the third squash match of the night, says David. Jake the Snake is back, says Hayden. Luchasaurus is third in the win total, says Liv and Zelina. It does make sense because Arian was there before even day one, said well, day one wasn't that long ago, in all fairness. Kazarian is going to get demolished. Dan Lambert and Jake the Snake, double managers. Double managers. Nadir said, we need more women's matches. Eric Devcon said, we need more clean wins too. Some good points being fired in by the chat. I mean, the thing to remember is all these thoughts and feedbacks and everything. It's all because people want to see AEW take those steps in the right direction, continue to improve, continue to be, a promotion that succeeds. So it all comes from a good place. But I mean, without saying what they should do, looking at what they've actually done, I kind of feel like it does chug along all right. Like, this is still not a bad show. And I still feel that it's got better since they brought in the likes of Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson. And we've still got Serena Deeb to come as well. I hope she absolutely destroyed. Do people like Sky Blue? Is she like a promising up in colour? Because I hope that Serena Deeb absolutely destroys her. I want blood. I want blood. I want broken bones. That's what I want. I want broken bones. I want blood. I want to see Sky Blue's parents in the front row crying. That's what I want. And if AEW cares about me, that's exactly what they'll give me. Lance Archer isn't Skye who? If she dies, she dies. Skye Blue is a jobber. Skye who? No, I don't think it'll be a problem for Serena Deeb to win, but I want it to be. I don't want it to just be a squash. I don't want it to be that one move and that's it. Skye Blue has been amazing on NWA Power. If she dies, she dies. That's because it's new music. No one knew who it was. Nelson said, this show is boring for me. William said, Days, question. What's the question? What is the question? Do you think Cody could become the new Triple H, Jeff Jarrett problem? You can throw him in a John Cena, Roman Reigns, Hulk Hogan also, I guess. Well, I mean, like, they kept him away from the title, and the crowd is still turning on him. But, and he's also come out and said he regrets everything about that Anthony Ogogo feud. So, we're going to have to see. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding, won't it? If he really wants to stay as a babyface, he's going to have to put people over. Strikes coming in by Kazarian. He probably needs to not be on TV as much. Give other people the spotlight. And just come in when needed. And when he does, put people over. I'm not saying become a jobber. He can still pick up wins. But when he's in big feuds, like that Anthony Ogogo feud, he's going to have to put people over. But the better thing to do would be to have him just win, steamroller, beat at people that people love, and really go down the road of him being a heel that's got a smile on his face, that's acting as a face, or a heel that believes he's a good guy. It's such an interesting story, but you can't tell that story if the crowd are going to keep flipping cheering him just because he says the word Gunter McGillicuddy. And then the crowd wet themselves. Strike by Lance Archer. This match is taking longer than I thought. Have you or anyone seen the new Screen movie? What do you think of it? I haven't, to be honest. Melina is the best wrestler in the world. Frankie Kazarian's not a well-known name outside of AEW. Lance Archer stepping through the ropes. I am surprised at how long this is taking. I want to get to the Skye Blue burial. Skye Blue sounds like a flipping pregnancy test. Standing on the throat of Kazarian. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. This match is the surprise of the night. I thought it'd be like CM Punk's match, says Master Chief. Why did they name Volta after a literal German soldier? Well, they didn't. It was meant to be Gunther Stark, and then I think I can only presume, didn't Google it before applying for the trademark. Other people did, and then WWE just changed it to Gunther. Skye Blue is a vodka. Oh, that's actually quite cool. Skye Blue is a worse name than Gunther. Skye Blue sounds like an airline. It does sound like an airline. Hi, welcome to Skye Blue. We are here for all of your needs during the flight. There's in-flight entertainment, free packet of peanuts, and all the leg room that you're going to need. We really do believe in comfort here at Skye Blue. I like it. Skye Blue sounds like someone who doesn't like fighting. Yeah, oh, yes, I could see. They've got one of those tents. They go to music festivals and they sell crystals. And those kind of like, those scents. You know, those scents that they sell in crystals. And they wear tie-dye, loosely fitting pants. Hi, my name's Skye. It's really great to meet you. Hi, Skye. Hi. I'm getting such good vibe from, like, your chakra. Oh, thank you. I have been working on my chakra, in all fairness. Oh, that's cool. It's really cool. Are you, like, from round here? No, not really. No, I'm from the UK. I'm just over to boo Cody. Oh, that's really cool, man. That's totally what I get from Sky Blue. A hippie? A hippie? She would be absolutely off her face at, like, 1 a.m, dancing to Crosby, Stills and Nash at Woodstock. Like this. Just, like, absolutely loving it. Dancing away to, like, the Grateful Dead. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that vibe. Missile dropkick by Kazarian. 38 minutes to go. Crowd's a little bit muted. For us, said, I have to give you props. How are you able to sit through all these matches? Because we're going to watch a hippie get beaten up soon. And honestly, that's my favourite thing. Forearm strike. I don't know why this is taking so long. Like, this guy's meant to be competing for the championship and taking on Hangman, and he's struggling against Kazarian. We don't see Kazarian. I don't know the last time I saw him. Plants him down. True wrestling fans know who Kazarian is. The crowd is not into this whatsoever, says Minty. The match is dragging a little, says Shola. What is the main event tonight? No, I don't know. Serena Deeb. Archer wins. Archer wins. Archer wins. Archer wins. Archer wins. Na 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 na. Sting and Darby taking on the Acclaimed. That's our main event. Sting and Darby versus the Acclaimed. Next we've got Serena Deeb versus Skye Blue. Skye Blue. Skye Blue. Sounds like a TV package. I'll take the Skye Blue package. Here's Tony. Tony in the ring. Right, Dan Lambert's going to cut a promo. Dan Lambert was talking. Lance Archer snatches the microphone. Skye Blue is an online clothing jewelry business. I could see that. Is it really? I could believe that. If you tell me that's legit, I'd believe you. He wants Hangman to come out. Come on, Hangman. Kazarian. So, Kazarian on the entrance ramp is about to get planted through a chair, chokeslam through a chair. Here comes Hangman. It's better. That's much better. Look at what he's wearing this week. Much better. Much better. It suits his character. He looks, he's got a nice shirt on. That's better. That's much better. Slap, forearms being exchanged. He took his boot off. There's a snake in my boot. Took his boot off. Went for a buckshot, but got caught. Forearm strikes. And again. The more I see Hangman, the more I miss Kenny. No, Sky Blue is not an online business. It just sounded good. I could believe it. Can't criticize what he's wearing now. No, I wouldn't. I think he looks good now. Just variations of that is what I'd like to see. Why was the equal sign so humble? Because he wasn't greater than or less than anyone else, says Chronic Effect, a.k.a. Kojiko. Days always the fashion expert. Yeah, look at me, guys. Come on. This is where Milan gets all its inspiration. Hangman is worse than any other AEW champ, says Airflow Games. Nothing tells me that Archer deserves a shot after being made to look stupid by Hangman, said Joel. Team Taz versus Moriarty, Seidel, and Dante. Here's Powerhouse and Ricky Starks. Where was Hook? I thought, where was Hook? I thought Hook was going to appear after, in the background or something. But it was just the two of them. Who do you want Hangman to lose to? Serena Deeb. I don't know, but MJF might make quite a bit of sense, mightn't he? I am timing people out who post comments that I deem stupid. As a mod, you must all read my comments or be timed out. Argue with me and be banned. I love you guys. Thank you, says William. William's gone rogue. Austin said, I will unban everyone William bans. That doesn't deserve to be. Carnage in the chat. Root Beer Float said, with Jeff Jarrett recently showing up at GCW Game Changer, do you think eventually he will be in AEW? I think Jeff Jarrett is on his way to All Elites. He might do. I mean, he'd bring some experience, but I kind of think Tony, I don't know that Tony's looking for that kind of advice and that kind of, don't know. I mean, he started his own company, didn't he? And he was successful. But I think Tony's kind of enjoying things as they are. I don't know that he's going to want Jeff to be around. Don't know. I mean, he would definitely be a good voice to have backstage. He's definitely got a lot of experience. I don't think he'll be a superstar. I wouldn't expect him to be a superstar, but they do love their legends. So I think they'd find something for him. I just don't know what that role would be. Here is your winner and new AEW World Champion, Serena Deeb. She could do it, man. She could tie him up in knots. Love that woman. If you don't believe me, watch what she does to Sky Blue now. She's going to make her humble. She's going to make you humble. I would only have Jeff backstage, nowhere else. He is doing a newish gimmick. Oh, haven't seen. Deeb versus Days. I mean, it would be great to see her go to work so close. Do you know what I mean? It'd be great to admire her from that kind of distance. I am a fan. It is official. I am a Serena Deeb fan. We're backstage with Statlander and Red Velvet. She's just kind of staring at Tony. Here's Layla Hirsch. You're selfish. Shut up, you're always on her side. Ooh, that was nice, man. Layla Hirsch really laid that in then. Yeah, you get it as well. Ooh, armbar. Layla Hirsch. Right, here we go, guys. Here is Skye. Boo! I'm going to throw some Cora shade. Boo! Serena Deeb making her way down. The legend. Looks like $1 million, doesn't she? She looks like a lady Jesus. Yeah. Stretcher. Mecha humble. Side headlock round the back. Ugh. Down she goes. Slaps her on the back of the head. Deeb, women's goat. Deeb is the women's goat. Good sign. Strong sign. Would have been better if they'd used a darker colour, though, so we could actually flip and read it. Shoulder tackle. Sky Blue goes down. Deeb against the ropes. Bouncing off the rope. Grabs Sky Blue. Sky Blue gets caught in the rope a little bit. Forearm strike. She grabs her head. Guillotine, looking for a net breaker. Gets it. Oh, man, look at that. Look at that. She turned it around. Hit the net breaker, and there's a moment where Sky Blue is, like, balanced on that middle rope. She's all at sea. Nice. Grabs the leg. Looking for a slingshot. Into the bottom rope. Does it as well. God. She looked like she proper did get slingshotted then. Sky Blue down. Serena Deeb kicking her in the head. Nice. Uppercut. Oh, she's going for uppercut to the back of the head. Going for a... Oh. Swinging net breaker there by Deeb. Deeb, 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 Deeb. Slapping at the head again. Sky Blue down in the middle. It's good. I mean, Sky Blue, I'm going to give her credit. She's playing a part really well here. So plants are down with, what's it called? Deeb Tox. Oh, nice. Turns her over, grabs the leg. Seen this a few times. It's a go-to for Serena Deeb. Smashing the knee and single leg Boston. Sky Blue taps. And she doesn't let go. I love that woman. I love that woman. I would buy that camera guy a beer. Right, we've got Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page. We've got Dan Lambert again. How long we got? 23 minutes to go. Serena, I bet, has got a minivan and takes her kids to school. Right, 23 minutes to go. Sky Black and Blue, said Dave. Nice. There we go. So, Jon Moxley takes on Ethan Page on Rampage. Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero take on the Young Bucks. Ooh, New Japan footage. Ooh, New Japan footage. That's nice. I like that they're giving you, like, the backstory to that. Hook versus Serpentico. Hook, 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 Hook. Here's Hook. He's over, man. I'm fed up of hearing about Hook, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to watch Rampage this week. Jade Cargill takes on Anna Jay. Beach Break. Live on Wednesday, AEW Beach Break. Cody against Sammy. A lights out match. Adam Cole against Orange Cassidy. Chris Jericho, Santana and Ortiz takes on Daniel Garcia and 2.0. Live on Wednesday, Beach Break. Beach Break. Right, we're seeing the TNT Championship, or the interim TNT Championship. There is Sammy. Is this picture-in-picture now? Eric Defcom said, Days, hi, I am watching NXT 2019, question mark. Got hooked, though, in all fairness. So he's got his cards. He must be fed up, mate, having to, like, write all these out. Like, I don't know if someone does them for him, but if I was him, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to have to keep writing all these. At Beach Break, you will find no peace. You won't be able to relax. And you won't escape. What you took was mine. And I want it back. Want it back for good. Whenever I'm wrong, I'll tell you the song and I'll sing it. There will be no Spanish God next week. No vlog star. The Sammy you knew is gone. Next Wednesday, I walk out of Beach Break, the undisputed TNT champion. Hit me up. What's the hit me up bit of the thing? What's that? It was like a booty call or something. What's that? Do you think Bray will return at the Rumble? No. Why do wrestlers always wear Speedos at the beach? I don't know, J14. Why do wrestlers always wear... This is going to be good. This is going to be good. This is going to be like one of those Koji Ko jokes. I'll read it proper, J14. Here we go. I'm going to set this up for you to smack this home. Right. Why do wrestlers always wear Speedos at the beach? We'll find out the rest of that joke in a second. J14's going to fire in the punchline. It's going to be good. If they don't put the punchline straight after and they kind of make you wait a little bit, it's normally really good. It's normally really good. It's going to be really good. Right, we are backstage. I'm keeping an eye out. Days, check Twitter. I literally just clipped you clapping. I'm gonna have a look. Clipped me clapping. It's nice. Someone make this a GIF. I don't know how. Adam Pearce, look, showing off his boots. That's really interesting because we said he was looking swole, didn't we? We did say he was looking quite swole the other day. He has been. He's been working out. Liv and Zelina Stan sent that through, and I must admit that's very interesting because I think he's looking quite jacked. Adam Pearce. That is interesting. So Money said Vince was the one that changed Volta's name. Volta said no one he was asked to get the rights to the name from my sources. This is the reason why his name was changed. Hit Row members got into a fight. Who it was, don't know, but two members are not speaking to each other at this moment. Right, what have we got? Master Chief, shout out to you. I don't know who Khan is. It's on Dark. Mike, shout out to Mike as well. Right, here's the Acclaimed. Oh, they're going to do another video? No. Yo! Listen! Vince doesn't listen to anything from Hunter. Hopefully he's now going to notice Gunther. Yo. Acclaimed versus Allin and Sting. William. Hello. Look at C Shop. Days, I have COVID. I appreciate your videos. C Shop, shout out to you, buds. You are definitely not alone. You are definitely not alone, buddy. There's so many people that seem to be getting it now. It's really spreading, isn't it? Look after yourself. Stay safe. I don't know what to say because I don't know what you meant to do. I mean, I'd say, like, keep hydrated. That's normally a good thing, but seek proper medical advice. That's what I'm going to say. I'd be like, stay in bed, drink lots of liquids, have some chicken soup. That's pretty good for flus and stuff, but I don't know what you're meant to do for COVID. Self-isolate. That's what you're meant to do. What corner of the ring is the most underrated? Front left. They are legit calling a show from Cleveland Beach Break. Yeah. Lil Days, Da Daisy, or MC Days, what do you prefer? I think it's got to go to Daisy. Da Daisy. Sting's paint is more traditional tonight. I like it. Well, we are underway with Sting and Darby. This second hour has been poor. Mike said, stay hydrated and isolate. I heard plenty of vitamin D is good for COVID. I've heard that as well, actually. Sky Blue versus Serena Deeb. Jessica, shout out to you. So, Darby had the chair over his neck, got hurled into the corner. They are checking on him. It did look quite nasty, that. Sting's checking on him. They're saying no. Is this on purpose? Because they don't actually seem to be giving him actual medical attention. I think this is a work. I mean, surely they would put him on a board or, like, they'd get actual medics out. Yeah. I ain't buying that. But then I'm at the stage where I'm not believing anything at the moment. Is it a legit injury? I don't think so. Days, you gave me some wood last night. We do have quite a bit because we do have a fire upstairs. I was cold and you gave me that wood. I want to say, if you are cold, I can give you my woods and then you could be warm. We are best friends. We are, but really, honestly, I think a couple of guys like us that like to share wood is, there needs to be more of that in the world. There needs to be more of that. It's it's very cold at the moment, so it's very appreciated. Right, Sting is battling away on his own. It looked like it hurt, at least. I'm sure it wasn't fun. Reasons get the Acclaimed a win over Sting and Darby, in my opinion. They can't just have them win clean. It might be legit. Look how they handled Matt Hardy when he got hurt last year, says Marty. Who is better, Deeb or Elektra? Deeb. I mean, it's not even close. Deeb. Picture in picture. Days, I don't give you flowers. I'll give you woods, though. I've got some, but I've been given. I mean, I had my own. He'll come back out for the save. I can say that far more people would have survived this thing called life if they'd have shared wood with each other over the years. Well said. Well said. Days, help me get New Japan figures. Aren't they just... I don't even know where they are. Are they just at ringside? We don't have them here. Well, I don't believe we do. I don't know of anywhere that you can get them in the UK. Just says, thank you, Days. Keep the cool work. I've got to go. Jessica, Marin, Garland in Texas. Shout out to Texas. Jessica, shout out to you. Sting is being beaten up at the moment. Big power slam. 1, 2. Kick out by Sting. Ringside Collectibles. Yeah, that's the only place I know of. I don't know of anywhere else. Deeb is going to be Sting's partner, said Doppelganger. Yes! That'll do it. Deeb. Days, I'm going to be your personal American manservant if you can get me red or white shirts, LJN Hogan's. I don't even know what you mean. I don't need a personal American manservant. I don't quite know what you think this is. I don't have manservants. Not after the accident. Corvid said, do you get to make fun of the people who were insisting that Cody or Moxley were a Royal Rumble bout? Yes. Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. Picture in picture is looking all right at the moment. Technically, we've had 2 women's matches. I'm very proud of Tony Khan, said Minty. When passing wood around Dave, the wood cannot be touched. If the wood is touched, then it's not properly being handled. Always wear gloves when you're handling wood. Splinters. Apparently, Gordon Ramsay and David Arquette are going to be in the Royal Rumble. Airflow says, we don't talk about the accident. Not the great manservant accident of 2008. We don't talk about it. Days, do you think he'll debut tonight? Wyndham. Yeah. I do. Sting's on his own. This is how they're going to do it. Sting on his own. He's going to be outnumbered. He's going to be beat. He's going to be scared. He's going to be crying. He's going to be afraid. He's going to be on his own. Lights are going to go out. Lights will go out, and then Wyndham will arrive. Wyndham will arrive, and his new name is going to be Buzz. And he'll be the new tag partner of Sting. And they're going to be known as the new Killer Bees. That's what they're going to be known as. Buzz and Sting, the new Killer Bees. That'd be all right, actually. Right, we've got 6 minutes to go. Wyndham is dead. Yeah, long live Buzz. Buzz, 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 Buzz. Oh, is that Buzz? Is that Buzz? Oh, it's Darby. It's Darby. Thought it was Buzz. Darby, Darby. Tag in to Darby. He faked an injury. Naughty boy. Wyndham should join the House of Black, and him and Malachi should leave. Leave the House of Black. Do you mean lead the House of Black? You can't both lead. They'll get in each other's way, can they? Edward said it's a big Oatwood. That's nothing compared to what I normally handle. Nice guillotine and Darby in control. Crowd a little quiet here. Tag. Buzz break next week. Buzz break, yes. Sting and Buzz. The buzzers follow the buzzers. Follow the buzzers. Buzz, 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 buzz. Sting, 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 sting. Follow the buzzer. I love it. Blaze Radio. Did Wyndham show up yet? No. Still waiting. He's on his way. He's caught in traffic. He's just caught in traffic at the moment. He'll be there, don't you worry. Sting going over to the announce table. And he's out of breath. What has he got in mind? He just looks knackered. Sting with a big splash. Moves out the way. Darby moves out the way. His old buddy still wrestles. Buzz for the save. That wasn't a great splash. That was a bit of an awkward splash. Gotta give him credit for where he took off and where he landed, though. I mean, flying... listen, if any match is going to end with Flying Boomer, I love Flying Boomer. Flying Boomer. Flying Boomer. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Here we go. Buzz is coming. Sting in there. Darby Allin. Crowd just seem... I don't know what's going on with this crowd. Seem quite quiet. They're cheering Cody. I hate them. That was a bad match. Beside that Sting spot, I didn't like it. I can't believe the Stinger's out there. It's amazing. For sure, for his age, that is a great splash. Boomer splash. Do you ever wake up your parents with all that shouting? No. Darby on the one side, Sting on the other. Almost at the ends. I'm just not into Darby. Might be cool when he feuds with Jeff Hardy, but right now I just don't like it. Lights out, Wyndham. Not Buzz. Come on, Buzz. That was a flat main event. I think they're still in shock from Volta last night. Right. Let's get... it hasn't quite ended. There's still hope for Buzz. Oh, this is long, isn't it? Lots of celebrating. What do you score the show? The show, the show, the show. If you know, then you know. Right, it's finished, guys. It's what I like to call ended. There we go. Get in your scores. I want to start a Twitter account called The Buzzers so everyone can follow The Buzzers. Go with The Buzzards. Or wait. Yeah, get in your scores. We've had 33 votes, 55 votes. Look at that vote jumping up. 77 next. Go on. 33, 55, 77. Go on. 55, 68. Oh, hate this community. Days, will you look to get some of the Panini WWE Cars collection? I hear the company is more expensive than Topps. Some of the Panini cards, I don't know. They need to tempt me with something. I need tempt him. I need a Gunter card. That's what I need. I need a Gunter card. Just Gunter, not Gunter Stark. Gunter card. Do you drink much alcohol? You should get some beer and hard liquor for the Rumble. Get down and dirty. We don't drink during streams because just might make it a bit difficult. Certainly not long streams. But we've had the occasional beer. I can't remember when. Maybe during the Euro finals, did we have a beer? I can't remember. I think I've got a feeling we were chucking whiskey around and everything actually at one point. But I don't know. It's not high. We're family friendly here. Family friendly. Say no to alcohol, guys. I think globally you should know how a big piece of Missouri's governor Mike Parsons is. I know no political stuff, but as a political thing, he is as a human. He is as a human, aren't we all? Besides the Jon Moxley segment and the mixed tag, the rest of the show was boring. You would be... I haven't got any. I do have some, but it's in the fridge. Did it feel like Tony Khan loaded up the first hour with bigger names and then left the second hour with not so much? He put Serena Deeb in the second hour. It's all it needed. All it needed. Lag. What a boomer. Oh, I haven't got any lag. Can I just tell you that there's nothing here that says there's lag? There's no, like, the light is fine. No, it says 0 drop frames. So, I don't know what that lag's about. This is a straight edge stream. Yeah, man. Straight edge. Sorry, I always ask shout outs. Can I get a shout out? Michael, shout out to you. Legend Killer says 6.5. Days, are your feet tired because you've been running through my mind? No, I've got great cardio. I think they should send some cards to you. That way you can strip down the packs and expose the insides. That actually seemed a bit kinky. YouTube lag. There was lag. Are you calling us liars? No. What I'm saying is that it might be YouTube that did it. Listen, I get a lot of blame, and rightfully so, for technical problems. I'm not willing to take blame when it's actually not my fault. Like, if I'm sat here and there's 0 drop frames, no drop frames, and everything's absolutely fine, and then people say there's lag, I am not taking responsibility for that. We are at 154. Ben said, I love the show. It was great seeing Moxley back. Can't wait to see Moxley in action on Friday. Can't wait for Beach Break. It's going to be an 8 from me. Let's go. I'm glad you enjoyed it, buds. Philip with a 6. John 591. J14 with a 7. Brad says, apologies for asking for shout out. Immediately asked for a shout out. Days, you're calling us a liar. Listen, I've got no problems doing that. If you know anything about me now, I've got no problems doing that. Liars, liars, liars. You're all liars, liars. It could be YouTube. It was YouTube. Honestly, if it was me, I'd be like, guys, we are suffering a bit of lag. Hopefully it fixes. I ain't done nothing. Ain't done nothing. Right, we're at 162. We're at 162. I think that's a great number. Let's end that there. I'm going to say I was around about a 6 at halfway point. I kind of feel like the second hour was probably like more of the same. Finished on like a 625, something like that. 625. Yeah. James Chadwick said 0 because Deeb won. Well, actually, we should go 10 out of 10 for Deeb, shouldn't we, in all fairness? Should go 10 out of 10. I do like the look of Beach Break. Yeah, Beach Break looks good. Right, 7-7-7-5, 44%. 25% said 8 to 10. 24% said 6 to 6-7-5. And then other people said other things as well. So, we're done. We are done. Big thank you to everyone that joined us tonight. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed AEW. I will forever hate this crowd for not booing Cody. Let that be a lesson. If you flipping go to one of these shows and you don't boo Cody, I'm going to hate you. And I hate you a bit already. Right, so, yeah, big shout out to everyone that joined us. Appreciate the support. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Toodly bye for now.